Robin's watching.
Tapping into the true potential of the human spirit. This is Humanity Empowered. This is The Implicit Show. What's up? Welcome to The Implicit Show. Hello. Yeah, sorry, that's the intro.
That's what I do.
I know, yeah, of course. I got my friend Julie Ross here today. Where are we?
We're at Implicit.
We're at Implicit. We're at the Implicit studio, and we got a cool episode for you guys today. Actually, for the first time, we're actually gonna play live music on the show. So make sure you stick around. Make sure you don't miss that because it's gonna be a lot of fun. Anyways, if you're in the comment sections, let us know. You're in the comment section. Let us know if you have any questions for Julie regarding music. Also, let us know where you're from. We already have Robin Hamilton watching from the Dominican.
Hey, yo.
What's up? We got Rachel Johnson. She's always in here, so thank you, Rachel. Good to see you. Anyways, let's get right into it, Julie. Why don't you tell these people a little bit about yourself? It's your first time on the show.
This is.
Probably won't be your last time.
No, I did that. So yeah, I watch this stuff pretty closely, so I've probably seen or met y'all through the digital age here. So yeah, this is my first time doing a podcast here. I'm happy to be here. I'm still a little under the weather, I gotta say, but I'm gonna do my best here. We work a lot together on music, Bren and I, here at this desk. We've done a lot of creating in the last couple of years. And we're not the only ones. We've had some good live jam sessions in this room and recorded those as well. Anyway, this is a good place to be. There's great energy in this room. But Bren and I met at an open mic jam quite a while ago now, quite a long time ago. And we still jam in that fashion as well. Open mic jams are the best. And also at the Implicit Jams, which are held at my building. I love having those. But my passion right now and my focus of late has been the Song Circle Room. And you probably see some things online about this. It's also held in my room. And I'm pretty happy to say it's been a growing experience for myself and I think every individual in that room. I've been doing it for about 5 years. And it's run really informal. We run from about 6:30 p.m. on a Wednesday night till about 10:30, or it starts to get really loose after that. Anyway, we're usually out of there by midnight. But it's a family-friendly, open concept, no alcohol, just literally about creating in a space, a safe environment, a place where people can talk about anything that's on their mind or any issues they have, and we can kind of sit as peers and help them. So I know you've been in there a lot. So what's your opinion on what happens in that room?
Because I haven't caught this, Julie's going to interview me today for the show. No, when I first walked in the room, I was a little caught off guard, I guess, because I wasn't sure what to expect. There's just beautiful art everywhere, and there's like instruments. You could pick up anything and jam it. But once we got into, the, like you said, the kind of community aspect of the family almost aspect of it, it's really cool because you see people from all different walks of life with all kinds of different experiences who have the one common element, which is music, or songwriting. And or even poetry and what else have we had in there?
All things creative. I mean, we have coloring books everywhere.
That's a personal favorite of mine.
I thought that the kids' table was for the kids, but really I was wrong about that. It's quite a mix. The adults sit at the kids' table and the kids sit at the adults' table. So it's working very well.
Yeah, so it's a cool little room that we get together, and I feel like it's really just a no judgment zone. Like I could go in there and play a song that is not finished, or play a song that's, a little raw or a little personal, and I know I'm going to get a good reception in one way or another. So that's really cool, and I find it's been, from what I've seen, all the different people walk in the room, it's been a space where people who, whether they're on top of their game, they're doing really, really well, and they just want to share a song that they're really happy about, or people who are struggling a little bit in life, could be with their own life, with maybe emotionally, mentally, intellectually, with family, whatever. They could come in this room and express themselves and get some things off their chest, and then leave that room with a whole new level of insight and a whole new level of just direction on where to go and what to do. And I find that's really cool, and that's that's why I like to show up and
we find
share.
People are a little nervous, I think, or intimidated when they first come in the room, although it's set up as a very playful room. And we never really force anybody to share. I've got to say, though, most people who say they're going to come and check out the Circle Room, and they say, you know, I'm not going to share anything. I got nothing to share. Don't make me share. But somehow they always end up sharing. And somehow they leave a piece of themselves in that room. And somehow the rest of us learn from their experience. And I would hope to think that everybody that comes in that room has gotten something also out of the communication that circles the room after someone has spoken about whatever their issue may be. So anyway, we know we're helping some people because the messages come back and tell us that we're doing something good. So we want to continue to do that. And we had a great opportunity this year to speak about Song Circle. And Bren also accompanied me to that event. We did TEDx Chatham Kent. You may or may not have seen Bren's speech about change. I think that's worth a look at. And anyway, we had some good fun that afternoon presenting kind of some of the things that have happened in that room, including working on the documentary for Emily Heim for Help. I've got a project called Songs for Emily, which really involves a lot of the artists that have come through that Circle Room. We're very proud of that project. Anyway, we're going to be speaking a lot about that this in the coming months because it's almost done. It's pretty much it's ready to go.
Yeah. It's just...
So anyway, we're going to be talking a lot about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fun too. What'd you think about the TEDx event?
The TEDx event is definitely cool. It was a crazy opportunity. I still get people who I meet online through Facebook, through social media, whatever, and they're like, "You spoke at a TEDx? Oh, I'm so jealous. I want to speak at a TEDx." And we both got the chance to do it. And just to speak and meet all the people there, to share our message, to have, you know, that video uploaded to the TEDx and share with all sorts of people, not only who were at the event, but people online who could see it from all over the world, which I find is really freaking cool. So, actually, we've got some questions here on the chat. We got a question from Liam is asking how the dog is doing. The dog's doing great, man. Don't worry about the
Dia
dog.
The dog. She's very happy.
She's loving it.
I think she's settled.
Rachel's asking, how long have you been playing music, Julie Ross?
Jeez.
It's just a part of who you are at this point, I'm sure.
Music's just always been a part of my life. I can remember being 3 or 4 years old in my family home. My dad always played music. And so there was always a drum kit in my basement and all walks of life in my home playing music. So this is just an extension of what I've always done. That was the big jam room at that time. And then I was just a dork through high school and public school. I was in the choir. I know that's hokey and all that, but that's really where I learned how to hone my voice and all the skills that come with singing. The songwriting came later. I guess in my teens, I really started to delve into songwriting and poetry. I still write poetry to this day. And the jamming, I think, has been something that's followed me through my life too. I've hosted open mic jams all over the place. I still love to do that. It's my favorite thing to do, bring people together and let's make music together. So we do a lot of that too. So yeah, a long time.
Yeah, music is awesome. Andrea says, even someone who is not a musician can get so much out of that room. Just to be around so many creative and inspiring people is inspiring. Sorry. Yeah, definitely. I'd say, like, it's really cool that you do that. I mean, one of my questions is, what is one of the best things you've learned, or, you know, most amazing things you've learned from doing that for the past 5 years?
From the Song Circle room?
In the room, yeah.
What I've learned is we're all very much the same. That the issues that follow us around, the problem solving is something that all of us have to do. You know, I was just saying this coming in the door today. I've been problem solving all morning long. As a business person, Bren, you're going to find this out really quickly. But we're all the same. The issues may be slightly different, you know, whatever it may be, family issues, personal issues, money issues, mental issues, bullying issues. They all cross my desk. They all cross my my time in that room, and I think I've become more aware of that in the last 5 years than any time in my life. As a personal trainer, I saw some of it, But I think there's a deeper sense of emotion involved with music and songwriting than there is in my fitness world. I'll talk about that another day. But in that room, we touch on some of the big issues, the society problems, the issues that these kids these days deal with. And I think that the most valuable thing I'm doing to date is in that room. So that's what I've learned.
What do you think your purpose really is with all the things you're doing, like with the fitness stuff, with the music stuff, with everything kind of coming together? What's the real purpose behind it all?
That's a tough question, but
Yeah,
it always comes back to the original thing, which is serving and helping people. And our catch line for the fitness club is, we want to make you feel better. And the Song Circle Room is just an extension of that, making people feel better. So that's our mission. It's always been my mission. I learned it a long time ago, and I keep trying to do better and better at it. And I'm still learning just like everybody else.
Awesome. So the topic for today, I titled this "Music is the Medicine." I know it's a line that you really kind of live by. So tell me, music is the medicine. What does this mean to you? Okay, and where does this come from?
So I'm going to give a shout out right now to my good friend, Anthony Gomes. And if you don't know who he is, he's a fantastic Canadian blues artist. Spends most of his time in the States right now, but he tours all around. He's been playing locally as well. He did one of the blues fests in Shrewsbury locally. He wrote a song called "Music is Medicine." And I've always used that phrase. And when I met him and I saw him sing that song, I knew I was in the right place at the right time. It's just one of those things. Music is the medicine is scribed onto my iPod, and it's a phrase I use all the time. So again, this just becomes an extension of what I'm doing. Music is the medicine. I know it to be true. I feel it in my bones that music has helped me through some of the toughest times in my life. And I know that Anthony Gomes is also using that catchphrase and doing some stuff for some really good things down south. Anyway, you should look him up. But he's got a wild song called "Music is the Medicine." You should look that up. So that's my most recent real connection with music is the medicine.
So what does that really mean to you?
What it means is, no matter what you have going on in your life, you know, people can reach for the bottle, whatever your vice may be. But I've said this before, music is like a real gentle spoonful of the most non-judgmental medicine. And you can use it anywhere. You can grab a ukulele, you can take a ukulele anywhere. Write a song, put your words on paper. We tell people, if it's not a song, then scribe or journal, poetry, but put your words on paper. There's something about putting it on paper and reading it back. It's a way of working through issues. So in that way, music has been my medicine. It's a way to get that verbal vomit onto paper so that it doesn't stay festering inside my soul. And so that's what it is. It's getting things out of us. I think it's therapy. Music is therapy.
Mm-hmm. Could you kind of give like the listeners, I really want to hear an example of like a story where music has helped you through a tough time.
Oh, there's been hundreds. Like, yeah. Okay, how long is this podcast going to be?
We're about halfway through-ish.
Okay, so a good example is the song that actually I'd like to play a song today, right? We're going to do something musical. So
stick around for that.
What's in my mind today is a song called Possibilities. And January is a hard time for people. It's a time to kind of reassess your life and figure out where you're going. And everybody's got stuff going on. Everybody. So, you know, with working through problems, you can put down words that take you through a path or make you think, kind of like coloring. You go into this mode of thinking, and your subconscious, I think, takes over and helps you to resolve, you know, whatever it is going on in your mind. So the song that we're going to share, if I can just maybe go through a couple of the lyrics here, and that'll help you.
Yeah, do it.
So basically it's about having an issue. So I'm not going to go through what the issues are. There's a million of them. You can't figure this out. Well, I'm going, okay, well, I can't figure this out. I'm going to write that down. I can't figure this out. And then it goes from there. So how do I work through it? I can't figure this out. You wouldn't know the answer if it hit you in the face. In other words, you haven't thought about it long enough, first of all. The next line goes on to say, you don't even know who you are yet. Meaning, most people don't know who they are. I mean, when problems arise and they help us to develop our character, and then we figure out who we are. So sometimes you just have to sit and think and wonder, what are the possibilities? So that's where the song title came from, possibilities. Second verse says, you only have to decide. It's within you to decide. So what is the issue? Think about it and then make a decision. That's it. Pretty simple. But along with that, and this has come up, I think, in a couple of the podcasts I've been watching with y'all. Berge said a couple of things. So some of that stuff is interweaving itself into this.
You hear that, Berge?
Yep. Shout out to Berge.
Shout out.
You got to do more than try. Like trying something, yeah, okay, but you got to do more than that. You really got to try. And you got to figure out why. So in a decision-making process, you want to figure out how. You have to make the decision what you're going to do. But in that, you have to kind of figure out why you're doing it. And that's where your answers come from. You have to be open to possibilities. So that's what the song's about. Anyway, that helped me through an issue. I'm sure I was writing on another 3 papers at the same time, trying to figure out issues. And I have found the answer. So it helped me enormously. Does that help?
No, that's great. Yeah. Actually, we got a question from Liam. He's asking, what is the hardest thing about making music and what's the best part?
The hardest thing about making music, I don't think there's anything really difficult about making music. To me, it's like just a part of it's a part of who I am. I find it really easy to just grab a guitar or a ukulele and write a few chords and sing them into my phone. But I've been doing this for a long time, and I can imagine that if you're just starting out, I think that the best way to make it easier is to always write, or to continually catalog ideas in writing, or titles that you come up with, or maybe become part of a group that's an extension of a songwriting workshop or anything like that.
I'd say the hardest part about making music, I mean, if we're talking about like writing music, I think it's really just, like you said, discovering who you are, being honest with yourself about your writing.
For sure.
I mean, for me personally, a lot of the writings I write, I mean, half of them are just, a fun song that I want to write. The other half is like really personal and to me, and sometimes I have to, not a lot of people I think are willing to get honest with themselves and then get, put that out there. I think that's one of the hardest things about writing music for a lot of people is, look, I wrote this song. This is like a piece of me. Like, I'm supposed to show people this. I'm supposed to give this out. Like, that's tough for some people. But like you said, like, you've been doing it for so long. It's just an extension of who you are. It just makes sense to write it down. And for me too, like, I don't know where I'd be without songwriting. But I think for somebody getting into it right now, that's one of the tougher parts.
You really hit that on the head. I think that's a good point. There are some songs that are so difficult that I won't share. I think the hardest thing is, when you touch on the difficult subject matter, sometimes it's really difficult to share some of those songs. I think that's why I created the Song Circle Room. I think because I knew in my travels of playing music my whole life, you can't play this kind of stuff in a bar. You can't really just play it at any place. People aren't open to the concept of sharing emotions and stories about their life. So it becomes an environment where we can share anything. So I have shared some of the more difficult songs in that room, but some not. And sometimes I think for myself as a musician, the process of writing those songs helps me get through something, and maybe the songwriting content is just not happy enough to want to share, and that is a case for a lot of artists too. Sometimes the content, even after you've written, even though you've done the work, it may be too difficult to share with people. Yeah.
And I'd say maybe one of the best parts about it is when you do finally share and then other people connect to it, like when you share a song that is emotional to you and it means something to you, and then you share that, you know, you open your heart to a crowd or to a group like at Song Circle, and when other people connect to what you're saying, to not only to what you're saying, because that's the beautiful thing about music is it's a feeling, or you could just say a bunch of words, but the sound, the whole emotion, the feeling of it is a whole other world. So for me personally, one of the most rewarding parts is when I write a song and other people connect to it and they're like, wow, like I could hold on to that and I could relate to that, I could feel that. That's the best part for me. But the toughest part is, you know, getting yourself to open up like that first.
Harley comes to mind right now.
Yeah.
Because we know, myself and a couple of the gang from the Circle Room know that Harley is in the midst of writing a pretty difficult song, I think, for him. And I think it'll be pretty cleansing and powerful when he actually comes and shares it in that Song Circle Room in front of people who are going to support him through his work.
Very cool. Look, as we're talking about a Song Circle, we get somebody, ASIC. Hey guys, I'll be at Song Circle this week. There you go. We get some promo on the show here. Anyways, is there anything else you kind of want to chat about or mention before we get right into just playing music? I just want to send a shout out to Andrea, who helps me every week, every damn week, every event, brings me food, and she's writing. She's doing that challenge, right, Andrea? She's writing that thing that I'm gonna write then afterwards. You got a challenge this week, Andrea. You better be ready. I hope you're playing ukulele right now for Daya. And I also want to send a shout out to Elaine. I had her in mind also when I was writing this song called Possibilities, and I want her to get that message. Yeah, anything else? No, I say let's just start playing music. Let's just get right into it. Want to do that? Yeah, let's do it. All right. Stick around for 1 second. Movie down the way. Oh. Yeah, we may need to adjust a little bit here, but are you gonna sing too? I might sing with you. Some oohs and ahs or something? Ooh, ah, I'm sing ahs and oohs. Ooh. Okay, are you standing? No, maybe I should sit down. You might have to sit down. All right. I never sit down when I'm playing. Well, it's podcast day. It's just weird. You guys are just weird. All right, let's try this. So, Brent doesn't know this song either. I just kind of showed him a couple of minutes ago. So anyway, we'll see how this goes. We're just gonna roll with it. But this is brand new. It's not recorded anywhere. And so with all of the songs that we write, this is really just in its baby steps, and it'll likely change before I get it recorded. But anyway, it's called Possibilities. You can't figure this out. You wouldn't know the answer if it hit you in the face. You don't even know who you are yet. You haven't seen the possibilities. You just have to decide. You gotta do more than just try. You gotta figure out your why.
this way. Still there always room for another view. It doesn't have to end this way. Still there always room for you. You can figure this out. You've seen the possibility.
Cool. There you go. There you guys have it. Julie to the Ross Possibilities live on the Implicit Show. That's good. It's fun.
That was fun, right?
So we got a few more minutes here, Julie. Is there anything about this song or about the episode or about the song circle or music, anything that you think deserves a mention before we peace off?
Come out and make some noise with us. We got a lot of stuff going on. We got a lot of stuff planned for the year. What's the next event? Well, Song Circle.
So many.
Wednesday night this coming, 6:30 p.m. till 10:30-ish.
Yeah, so
it's not going to be a biscotti party, is it?
No. Hey, if you're going to be in the Chatham area, definitely make it out. If you're in Chatham Kent area, even if you're like Elaine from the UK, like book a cheap flight. What are the flights now? $99. 99 flight to Canada. No, but seriously, pressure Julie. You know, maybe if you pressure Julie, she'll try to get some sort of live stream come from the Song Circle room, and then you guys could join, you know, and here and there a little bit during a couple of the performances.
Yes,
might be kind of fun. I mean, I've done it myself. I've live streamed a couple little things here.
Maybe we should do that this week. Maybe we'll do a live stream from the Song Circle room.
Yeah, look guys, if you pressure her more, it'll happen.
And so yeah, and also I'm playing this Thursday night for you local people. Sorry, I had to switch the Implicit Jam to a few weeks down the road. I got an opportunity to play this Thursday, and believe me, the funds help us in that room. So I appreciate y'all. Well, come out Wednesday night to my place. We'll hang out and jam, and then come to Champs on Thursday and chat then.
There's basically music every day of the week.
Every day. So. Every day.
Well, Julie, I gotta say I appreciate you for coming on the show. You've been like seriously a huge inspiration to me just to play music more, write music more. I remember before I met you at the open mic jams and before I came to the Song Circle, I was barely writing. You know, I had written a lot in my teen years and it was great and everything, but I'd kind of reached a point where I was just like too into alcohol and partying. And like I figured, why even write music? You know, I'm having fun with getting drunk. And yeah, you've definitely inspired me to, you know, drop the bottle and pick up the guitar again.
Good.
So I'm pumped about that. So everybody, definitely give an amazing thank you and one of these for Julie for coming on the show, sharing some music,
so much.
And sharing her story about Song Circle and everything. And yeah, I'm excited for the future and what's to come. I mean, we got a documentary coming out soon.
We got a couple things that happened today. We got an opportunity to speak at the CKNN.
Jeez, we're making waves.
Conference in April. We got an opportunity again with the Tilbury Arts Council, which will be in August. So yeah, I mean, emails come in every day. We hope that you guys are telling the community about what we're doing, because I think it's a really good thing.
Yeah, awesome. Hey, you got some hand claps from Jill Wilson over here. Thank you, Jill. Appreciate you.
Awesome.
All right, Julie, give the guys your peace sign. Make sure you go to Julie's Song Circle, find her on social media and stuff. Peace sign.